Smackdown review time, and it was a pretty decent show. Yeah, not great or anything, but a couple of good matches. And I'm not going to be as stringent when it comes to 2-hour shows. If it's a 3-hour show, I'm going to rip it apart if it only has, just a couple of good matches. But with a 2-hour show, I will accept some shit. We start off with Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Orton. Kane is acting like a bitch, saying, "You're breaking up with me?" And Orton, trying to get them to calm down. You could kind of tell that Orton isn't going to go heel because he's acting too nice, trying to make things work between Kane and Daniel Bryan. And, Kane is just crying. It's pathetic, 16 years is Kane. Even longer if you count them as, Isaac Yankem and shit like that. It's time for this man to retire. Shouldn't be wrestling for the U.S. title. He should, I don't know, he should be wrestling his way to the unemployment line. That shouldn't be in this company anymore. Then you've got Sheamus defeating Cesaro. It was a pretty physical match. You got a little bit of blood, unintentional blood. On the shoulder of Sheamus. It was a pretty physical match. That's why he bled. You could tell because of the blood that it was a pretty physical match. And, this is an example of, WWE improving physically with the wrestling style. The in-ring style is getting a little bit more aggressive. It's not as faggoty as it was a couple of months ago when they weren't doing much in the ring. This is what I call a pretty good match. The finish was very cheap. Sheamus just pushing Cesaro out of the corner, hitting the bro kick. This is a cheap thing. I want to know something. I would need to ask the question. I was wondering about this. Why doesn't Sheamus use the Razor's Edge anymore? When he first started, even a couple of years into it, he was using the crucifix power bomb, the Celtic cross, or whatever the fuck he was calling it, and it was a pretty good finisher. Definitely better than just a fucking kick, just a fucking kick. And it's every match he's got to change it up because it's not like a move like the stunner or something. Even The Rock switches it up between the rock bottom and the people's elbow. Doesn't always win with the same move, but the kick it's not a good finisher for Sheamus. He should go back to using, that power bomb. It would be way better for him. Then you've got Big E Langston eating a hamburger backstage. More Hardy's promotion. And I'm just like, huh? It's like, what the fuck are they doing here? Hamburgers? Apps? I'm losing my fucking mind here with this shit. I mean, what is this supposed to be? Hamburgers? Why do they need this? What are they getting out of this? Yeah, sure, a little extra money. But, talk about selling your souls. Talk about selling out. Eating hamburgers on the show and try to incorporate that into the show's story. It's pathetic. Big E Langston takes the burger away from Teddy Long. I'm not a good burger. I mean, like, who are we trying to entertain here? I've watched cartoons on Cartoon Network, and even, that they have now recently. And they have more mature jokes on there. Like, even looking at stuff like Adventure Time and the regular show. There's more mature, well-thought-out humor on there than in the WWE, which is supposed to be a show for adults, or was, or even if it is a family show, why isn't there some humor in there for the adults? I'm looking at Despicable Me, even a movie like that, and there's even more adult humor in that movie, and that's rated PG. It's rated PG, the same thing as TV PG. The same fucking exact same rating. And there's more mature shit in there, more innuendos. You know, then you can find in WWE, even if you piece together all the shows all year round. I mean, what? I mean, what is it really? Tell me. Who are we trying to find a market here for? Who is supposed to be entertained by this? Then we've got Heath Slater defeating the Great Khali. I don't know why the fuck this was there, but I gotta say, I was pretty actually happy to see this. Slater beating Khali. You know, I don't know if this is the sign of a push or this is just a sign of WWE just completely just not having any respect for our time. Shitty match, but a good result. I thought that Slater should have been pushed following all those losses he took to the Raw Legends over a year ago. The guy is funny, decent in the ring. He's got decent enough of a look. You know, he's not that short and, you know, not that light. So he's kind of what WWE usually looks for in a wrestler. So I don't understand why he didn't, you know, get to a higher level after, you know, all that work with the Raw Legends. And, you know, he won here, so maybe it's the start of something good, or at least decent, for the career of Heath Slater. Then it's Alberto Del Rio and Chris Jericho defeating Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. You know, this is Ziggler's first match back, and he's already losing. And I'm looking at Ziggler with the belt, the way how he won it on Raw 2 months ago was brilliant. He looked like a champion, but now I'm watching him come out, and I'm just saying, holy shit, does he not look like a champion anymore? Looks like a jobber with a belt. You know, might as well be wearing just a belt to hold up your fucking pants, because it's the belt doesn't mean anything on him. You know, he means nothing to the belt, and the belt means nothing to him. It's just a fucking belt, basically. Comes back with no fanfare. No, it's like he basically never left with an injury. And now he's back and already losing in a boring-ass match. A boring-ass match this was. The whole way through, you think Ziggler would come back and, you know, after 5 weeks and just be raring to go. This was just a lazy, boring-ass match. Slow, methodical, all the things you could possibly hate in a wrestling match. This match contained. Didn't like it. Then you got Caitlyn and Oksana. You know, here's the thing. I understand that Caitlyn is disappointed by the whole entire, you know, Secret Admirer thing. But she's an adult, and she's crying this much. Some of the wrestlers on the roster, they don't act like adults. They act like fucking kids. I mean, holy fucking shit. This fucking Caitlyn fucking crying like a little fucking girl. I mean, holy shit. You know, everybody crying on this show. Natalia's crying. Over a year ago, the Big Show's crying. Kane was practically crying at the start of the show. I mean, what is this? I mean, seriously, so emotional. Such an emo fucking show. I can't even stand this. You know, the match doesn't start. Caitlyn just goes, like some retard attack on Oksana. So, you know, just kind of just a mess here. Then you got Curtis Axel defeating Wade Barrett in like a minute. Which is okay. I'm all for, you know, Curtis Axel looking strong, but a minute. They couldn't have at least made it go 5 minutes. I mean, Wade Barrett's the fucking champion. And The Miz is all lame. They're not about to wrestle because they're saying maybe they should just wait. It will be a smart business decision. And The Miz starts coming out chanting, fight, fight, fight. And it's like so lame, so cheesy, so worthless. Like they couldn't just jump right into the match. They're thinking of a way to involve The Miz. Just put his ass on commentary or something, or just have him scout the match, you know, backstage or ringside. Don't have him come out there acting like a fucking like 16-year-old goof. Fight, fight, fight. I haven't heard someone chant fight since I was in fucking high school, since sophomore year of fucking high school. That's how pathetic it is, and that's how they're having the Miz act. He's just some retarded 16-year-old who does a shitty figure four. I used to like this guy. He used to be a cutting-edge heel. He used to be hated. He used to have haters like me. And, and I used to really, like the guy. He was good. He was a good character. But now, just a lame ass. Then you got the main event. It's Daniel Bryan, Kane, and Orton. And they defeat the Shield. The first time ever the Shield's been defeated. And I have to say this match was pretty fucking good. I've pretty much come to accept that every single time the Shield wrestles, expect something good. These 6-man tag matches, they've been pretty much brilliant. Every single time they have one, they're really good. Just all around good. There's only one problem here. I mean, some people always, say that I do nothing but complain, even when it's good. But the thing is, why have them lose for the first time on Smackdown? A show that gets significantly less views than Raw. If they're going to lose for the first time ever, do it on the A show. Why are they doing it on the B show? Granted, SmackDown has been better, but SmackDown should not be better than Raw. Raw, being this super show and shit, should be 10 times better than SmackDown. Don't get it one bit, but it was decent. So, there were some pretty decent things. A surprise win from Slater was cool. The match between Sheamus and Cesaro was very good. Very physical, stiff match there. And the main event was pretty fucking awesome. So, everything else was pretty much shit, but like I said, a 2-hour show, 2 good matches. I'll take what I could get in this day and age. This day and age in professional wrestling, if you're expecting something totally awesome, Attitude Era level, you're wasting your time. Me, I'll take what I can get. So a pretty decent, good show. It was good for what it was. As long as I could get like at least 2 good matches out of a show nowadays, I'm pretty happy with that. So yeah, not a bad SmackDown.